What's up, everybody? Colin Royce here, and today we're going to be going through how we made this guitar sound like this. So I'm going to play it with the whole track so you can get some reference of what it's supposed to sound like with everything together. Okay, so you'll see here I have two different tracks. The first one is, this was the original guitar track. So I processed it pretty heavy to get that sound. So all these plugins here are muted right now. And what I did is I froze the track to save the CPU. So we're gonna go through one by one of these plugins and unbypass them. At some point there is going to be some type of like CPU issue. But just know that the final product ended up coming out like this once you printed it to audio. And of course this was done, I froze it working on the track and then did a bunch of other stuff which ate up more CPU on the track. But it was fine because it was froze. But I'm in the full project here, so the CPU is ate up. So let's just start going through here. So original, right? First thing we did is use some RX8 denoiser, because there's quite a lot of background noise going on in that. So like before we do anything, we got to make it clean. So just sliding up the threshold, and it just kind of takes it out there. And then this is the de-hum, and so it's just taking those frequencies, dialing them all the way down. And there's still a little bit in there, like it's never going to be perfect, but it's good enough to where it's kind of masked in the track. Next thing was Guitar Rig 6. That's where the body, most of the sound is coming from. Let me open that up here. What's going on? Guitar Rig 6 always does this. I don't know why. So we're using the EK Macombo preset. Sounds like this. Like I said, that's most of the work, the heavy lifting done by that. Then just threw some CLA guitar on it. Heavy on the reverb here, a little bit of delay, a little bit of just the default stereo widening, and then took the bass out. So with it, without it, excuse me. Wait, no. With it again. So just really increasing the presence there. And then hit it with Soothe 2 to try to take out the those high end frequencies. Without it, with it. So Soothe 2 is definitely something it does. You can really, I can only really hear what it's doing when I'm using high quality studio headphones. But if it's doing something on there, it's doing something on your car speaker or on your Bluetooth speaker, whatever. You just can't really tell that much, but you can definitely feel it, mostly in just like the pleasantness of what you're listening to here. So infinite EQ next. Without it. With it. And that's just mainly to tame the frequencies. So a lot of the high end, and I was always just kind of fighting that buzz and that humming noise the whole time. So a lot of that was done for that. Then the virtual mix rack by Native Instruments. So I'm sorry, by Slate Digital. With it. Without it. One more time. So, and that is just going with the electric guitar preset that they have on the virtual mix rack, which it sounds good on everything. So definitely utilize that. Then I just hit it with a lot of gain on this utility here to try and it just needed to be louder because you see how quiet that waveform is compared to here. And then I hit it with the RX-8 dehum and denoise again at the end of the chain to see if I could get any of the more of the noise out. So I think this is where we're gonna have CPU problems because RX-8 eats it up. So let's see here. Add in the D clip too. Just taking out a little bit more. And then finally on here, it's not on, because I already printed. But what I did end up doing is I took another infinite EQ and just cranked the mids up because it sounded good on this guitar. Made it sound, because we're kind of going for that like lo-fi type vibe, so it just made it sound like it was more this older. So it did something like this. Without it. That sounds good, but that sounds like a studio guitar, like it was recorded in a studio, which it was, but we want it to sound like it's a little bit more distant, a little bit more like it's like out of the 70s. And I did that just by cranking up that like mid-high range, 1K to 2K. I'm gonna take it out again. Add it back in. So yeah, there you go. It was it probably took me about 2 hours to try to get that guitar somewhere where it sounded good. So I'll just play the whole track again with it. Not bad, considering that we started with this. Yeah, so that's all I got today. Colin Royce. If you like the content, be sure to subscribe and leave a like if you would want to. Also, I'll leave the link to my socials and my Instagram. I'm the most active on there, down below. If you would like these project files, just subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Instagram and send me a DM with your email address, and I'll send them right over. Peace.